So here we are at Shelter Valley Folk Festival at the beginning of September, and I'm with Tune Your Ride, a collective of musicians based out of Toronto who are on a epic ride and a grand tour. Why don't you introduce yourselves?
I'm Great James.
Abigail Lovehouse.
Benjamin Herman.
My name is James Davis.
And how did the idea for this tour come about?
So I run a bicycle-powered music festival in Toronto called the Toronto Bicycle Music Festival. We've been running the last 4 years. Our fifth festival is coming up September 14th this year. And 3 years of running that festival, after 3 years of running that festival, we decided why not take the show on the road. So last year, Jessica, Abigail, and myself, and a friend of ours, Dana Seapost, rode 550 kilometers from Toronto to Ottawa with a full PA, 3 instruments, and all our own personal gear on our bikes. We played 10 bike-powered shows along the route in towns along the route, and then we took a break. We had a great time, and so we thought we'd do it again. Dana is actually on a sailing ship this summer doing a theater production, so we've got these two handsome guys to stand in for her, and we've been on the road since August 23rd, riding on this tour.
And you're doing it the opposite direction this time. You're heading back to Toronto?
Yeah, we were really lucky and happy to come to Shelter Valley Folk Festival, so we arranged our tour based on the scheduling of the festival. And unfortunately, it's meant that we're riding west most of the time and into the wind. But it's been worth it for sure.
Good. I'm curious, how much gear are you carrying roughly?
Do you want to talk about the gear?
The two bikes that are carrying most of the gear are carrying about just under 200 pounds each, not including our body weight. So the bikes are loaded down. They have an extended back and they have an assist on them to help with the extra weight.
And I think I saw it's a Bionic?
Yeah, so the Bionic's battery that powers an internal brush motor that's on the back wheel, and so that we can use that to help and sort of keep up with the guys who have the normal sort of bike setup with panniers and a road bike.
And what brand of bike is it?
They're Yuba Mundo.
Yeah, we ride Yuba Mundo long-tail cargo bikes. They're amazing bikes. They've taken us over 1,000 kilometers so far over our 2 tours. And they've just stood up super well. We're really impressed with them.
And they do double duty as well. You're using them on stage?
Yeah, James.
Yeah, that's right. We hijack the power from the motor and we plug it into the PA, and we ask audience members to come up and pedal. It's not that taxing, and I've heard that actually increases enjoyment of the music to pedal it.
Well, it certainly gets them on stage.
Yep.
And where's your next stop?
Tonight we're going to be in Port Hope at the Memorial Park Bayshore. 6 o'clock.
Okay, and how many more stops before you get home?
That's our last concert tonight, and then we stop overnight just to break up our ride between Port Hope and Toronto. So we'll stay overnight in Darlington.
Awesome. Well, I hope you have good weather tonight.
So this year's tour, because I talked about last year's tour, but this year's tour we're riding probably about 450 kilometers, and this year we traded out a mandolin for an extra guitar and a monitor speaker, so we're actually carrying more gear, riding close to the same amount of mileage but doing it in less time, and also playing a lot of shows. So it's been a busy 12 days, but we're having a great time, and everybody can follow us at tuneyourride.com.
And you guys are still smiling, so it hasn't broken you apart.